No, taking selenium supplements does not prevent cancer, and if you are already getting enough from food, pushing your intake higher may actually do a little harm. That is the short version, but the full story is worth your time, because selenium is one of those nutrients that got a wave of exciting early headlines, and those headlines are still floating around long after the science moved on. So let me walk you through what we actually know, why the early hope faded, and what all of this means for you standing in the supplement aisle. Let me start with why selenium got its reputation in the first place. Selenium is a genuinely essential mineral. Your body uses it to build a family of proteins called selenoproteins, which act as antioxidant enzymes. They help protect your tissues, they support your immune system, and they help your thyroid do its job. Because selenium sits inside your antioxidant defenses, and because antioxidants were the big story in cancer research for years, it was reasonable to wonder whether taking more of it might lower cancer risk. And back in the 1990s, one trial hinted that it might. That early study suggested people taking selenium had fewer cancers, and that single result launched 1,000 supplement bottles. But here's the thing about a promising early signal. It is a reason to run a bigger, more careful study, not a reason to declare victory. And that bigger study came. It was called the Selenium and Vitamin E Cancer Prevention Trial, and it was large. More than 35,000 men took part, some taking selenium, some taking vitamin E, some taking both, some taking neither. This was exactly the kind of rigorous test that can settle a question, and what it found was clear. Selenium supplements did nothing to lower prostate cancer risk. Nothing. The hoped-for benefit simply did not show up. That alone would be enough to retire the idea. But the trial found something more sobering when researchers kept following the men afterward. Vitamin E, the other supplement in the study, was actually linked to a higher risk of prostate cancer. And selenium, rather than helping, hinted at possible harm in certain groups. Men who already had high selenium levels in their bodies before they started seemed to face more risk, not less, once they added supplements on top. There is also research linking high-dose selenium to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. So the picture is not just that selenium failed to help, it is that for some people, more selenium may quietly tip things in the wrong direction. This is the part I really want you to sit with, because it is the heart of how nutrients actually work. Essential does not mean more is better. With something like selenium, the relationship between dose and benefit is not a straight line climbing upward, where a little is good, so a lot must be great. It is more like a window. There is a range where you have enough, and everything works the way it should. And once you are inside that window, adding more does not buy you extra protection. It just moves you toward the far edge, where too much becomes a problem. You want to sit comfortably inside the window, not blow past it. And the reassuring news is that the window is easy to reach through food. An adult needs about 55 micrograms of selenium a day, and it is genuinely hard to fall short if you eat a reasonably varied diet. Seafood, eggs, poultry, and whole grains all contain it, and Brazil nuts are famously rich in it. 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough to cover your needs entirely, which is honestly a lovely little fact. Meanwhile, the upper limit, the amount you should not exceed from all sources combined, sits at 400 micrograms a day. High doses over time can be genuinely toxic, so a food-first approach does something clever. It keeps you comfortably inside the helpful window without ever nudging you toward the harmful edge. So where does that leave you? If you were hoping a selenium pill was a smart insurance policy against cancer, you can set that worry down. The best evidence says it does not prevent cancer, and it may carry a small cost. You almost certainly already have all the selenium you need sitting in your kitchen. With this mineral, the goal was never to get more, it was to get enough. And enough is a couple of Brazil nuts and a normal, ordinary plate of food.